Om Sthapakaya cha dharmasya sarva dharma swarupine avatara varisthaya Ramakrishnaya te namaha. Sri Ramakrishna is in Balram's house. Master to him, a man should reach the Nitya, the Absolute, by following the trail of the Leela, the relative. There are two existences, the absolute existence and the entire relative existence. Relative existence is this universe which appears in the Absolute and dissolves in the Absolute. So, the Leela, because it's a play eternally going on of Srishti, Sthiti, Pralaya, just like in our dream world appears and dissolves back. The whole universe appears. It's an appearance. Though we experience it, it is an appearance. Just like a dream appears and we experience. When we experience also, that world is not there. But we have experienced it. We cannot deny. We cannot even tell it is false because we have experienced it. So we call it not the eternal truth. The truth, Satya, is divided in various ways. The world in which we presently live is Vyavaharika Satya. And in dream what we experience is Pratibhasika Satya. And God, the beyond, the unchanging eternal reality in which millions of universes appear and disappear, are called, is the absolute existence. So, the Nitya and Leela. From Leela, you must understand there is, when you are experiencing dream, you must know it is just a reflection of the waking state. And this continues, unchangingly, eternally it goes on. So millions of universes, Ananta Koti Brahmanda. So these appearances, this is a play eternally going on. Now from this play, we cannot see the beyond, we cannot see the eternal, though eternal is just the substratum in which the whole universe is floating. It is the substratum and it is pervaded by that. Just like every object is pervaded by space. Space has given room for all these things to exist. Similarly, the Absolute has given universes to exist in it without being affected by it. Just like the space is not affected by any of the object, it is lying in it. Like that, the innumerable universes. Similarly, one thing you have to remember is the absolute existence and the relative. Relative existence is pervaded or controlled or governed by time, space and causation. There is time, that is why we call it relativity. Time is there, past, present and future. Time is as if it is flowing and we are passing through it. Or we are passing, time is stationary, or time is passing and we are stationary. So the relativity is there. Then, now, yesterday, today, tomorrow, relativity is there. Similarly, space, here, there, all that space, relativity is there. Now, why do we call relativity? Because with reference to this, the other thing is defined. With respect to that, this is defined. Everything is a small boy. When we say small boy, there is a bigger person. If all were of the same size, we would not have called small and big. So everything, here it is there, means it is not there. So with respect to here means it is there, something else is there. There is a thing called there when I say here. Then when I say now is there, afterwards is there. The relativity, everything, whole universe, within the universe, whatever is there is bound by relativity. So we call it as relative existence because it is governed by time, space and causation. It is here in this form, there is a definite cause which has made it to be here in this fashion. So everything has a past, present and future. So it's passing through, everything is changing. That unchanging eternal reality, the absolute, constantly changing flux, this universe. This is one thing, the most important transcendental understanding the Hinduism has given to the world. The world is yet to open its eyes to the transcendental realm. So the next thing is we have to remember is we have three bodies. The gross body, subtle body, causal body. The gross body is this. Subtle body is mind and senses, suppose. The causal body is where I leave all my knowledge. When I sleep, enter into deep sleep. It goes to the seed form and remains in a place. And when I wake up, slowly they come to activate. When I pervade all the three bodies, I am in waking state. And when I withdraw from the physical body, then I am in dream state. I am pervading the two, gross and subtle. When I withdraw from that also, I am pervading only causal. I am in the causal state. Jagrat, Swapna, Shushruti, waking, dreaming and deep sleep. In deep sleep, the causal state of my existence, gross, subtle and causal. In the causal body when I am there, causal body alone, I am in deep sleep. And the second stage of deep sleep, I leave all this that pertains to the nature and be one with the pure consciousness, which is the substratum of the all that exists. So we have three bodies, and my spiritual existence is independent of the three bodies which pertain to this nature, Prakriti. Realization is to know myself, being spirit, independent of the three bodies. At all times, since we came into this creation, till we go back home, we will be identifying with one or the other body at all times. Even in transmigration, going from one body to another body. So this is the second thing that we must remember. One is the absolute existence and the relative existence. And similarly, we have three bodies, the gross, subtle and causal. Then my spiritual existence. And then beyond, in the absolute. Absolute is the ocean of Satchidananda. Existence, it exists. Existence, bliss, Ananda. And it is conscious. It's consciousness, absolute consciousness. No, our consciousness is reflected consciousness in the body, in the mind, in the intellect. That is absolute consciousness. Absolute means there is a thing other than that doesn't exist. Now my consciousness is individualized consciousness and limited consciousness. The moment I say limited, many more consciousnesses are there, many beings are there. When I say absolute consciousness, other than that consciousness, no other consciousness. There is one infinite, eternal existence. So it is infinite. Infinite means another thing cannot be there. Another thing is there, it limits it. It is short by that one. So it is unlimited. And it is infinite. And it is eternal, not limited by time. So eternal. In that, time appears and disappears in the absolute. The absolute is not in time. Time exists in absolute. Time and space-bound universes appear. It is timeless, spaceless existence. That's why we are not able to understand it, because anything within time and space, our intellect can understand. It's beyond. So in that ocean of consciousness, in that ocean of bliss, in that existence, ocean of existence, it exists, it is conscious, it is bliss absolute. So in that, one wave is Rama, another, it is innumerable waves can come in that. We are all small ripples moving about to merge in one of the waves and be one with the absolute again. From absolute we come down, like the heat of the sun raises the water in the ocean to become cloud, and it rains. Thousands and millions and billions of water droplets fall. Each water droplet is a Jivatman. Then it joins a flow and goes back to the ocean to begin again. Going back to ocean is the mukti. I am going back to my cause. So the absolute in that one wave is, and another wave is Rama, another wave is Shiva. It's absolute only. Dive in any wave, you will enter the same ocean of Satchidananda. So because that which is source of all infinite manifestations, we call Brahman. Brahman is the impersonal absolute. It is not personal, it is impersonal, absolute. Absolute means other than that nothing else exists. So it is God as impersonal, as absolute is that Brahman, the ocean of Satchidananda, in which millions of universes appear and disappear time and again. This one concept you have to remember always, the absolute and relative existence. And we are all small ripples in that. And the other thing, every jiva has three bodies, the gross, subtle and causal. To dissociate from all this is to be the spiritual entity again. I am bound to these three bodies because of the karmic load. I have come into this universe and acted, because it is a world of relative existence. It has the cause and effect. The moment you do something, there is an effect. You have to experience that. So, immediately after getting down into the universe, anything you have done, any touch, anything, then immediately there is a reaction. You come into the karmic cycle. To get this, to fulfill that karmas, to work out that karmas, the nature provides us three bodies, the gross, subtle and causal. And when these three dissolve, I become again the Mukta Purusha. I am again free from the entire nature. So, to transcend the nature and go is the aim. To realize my existence, spiritual existence, independent of the three bodies, is God realization. Now, this, to know myself, or to know the God who pervades everything and governs it, to know in any way, if you know the Chaitanya as the individual consciousness, that is the Atman, or as the cosmic consciousness, the Ishvara, or the absolute consciousness, the Brahman. In whatever way you realize, you are free from the laws of nature. So these three concepts of Hinduism, you must be very clear, free from all doubts. The absolute and relative, and the three bodies that we possess. And then the avatara. The avatara is innumerable waves. The one wave is Rama, one wave is Krishna. And this descendants or the manifestation of the absolute within the relative we call avatara. There are two aspects of avatara. One is the eternal, always existing, just like Nitya Siddhas in the human level or the Devatas level. We have the constant, unchanging posts like. So Shiva, Parvati, these are all forces of nature which remain eternally. And time and again, whenever there is a need, there is an appearance of the same universal consciousness, cosmic consciousness, and we call it the avatara, special manifestation, like Rama, Krishna, and all these, they appear. So these few concepts, you must be clear and thorough. What is Jivatman? What is this universe? What is beyond, unchanging, eternally. So Sri Ramakrishna says here, the man should reach the Nitya, the absolute existence, and by following the trail of Leela, because you cannot know what it is. You don't know what is dream state in waking. When you enter into dream state, you don't know what is waking state. You cannot experience it. At least in waking state, we can understand what dream state is, what deep sleep is. We can understand because we are a little higher than the other. When we enter into dream state, we can't know anything more. There is a waking state, there is a deep sleep state, we can never know. Because the bodily existence with which I have identified with the dream body doesn't permit me to know the beyond. Similarly here, we can know there is a waking state, dreaming state, and deep sleep state. In waking state, I can understand, but I can't see the three together. I can enter one of the three. I can be in deep sleep, I can be in dream state, or I can be in waking state. I can't experience the three together. At the same time, I do not know the beyond, other levels of consciousness. I experience the waking state and understand the other two, but I cannot experience simultaneously. Nature takes me to experience them, but nature is not taking us to the beyond. We don't even know there is a beyond. So that realm in which eternally, Sri Ramakrishna says, you have to go there, transcend the nature, enter the transcendental, experience the transcendental, and again come down to the Leela. One should experience the Nitya, absolute, following the trail of the Leela. You are in dream, you do not know, but you struggle to wake up when a tiger chases you in dream, or some dog is chasing you. In fear, you suddenly wake up and come away and see that neither tiger was there, nor dog was there. Nothing was there. I was afraid. Like that, something makes you to wake up, to hold on to that which can make us wake up. We call sadhana. So here in sadhana, We do not know that, but we are trying to identify. That's why I can't see a boat in water. It is hiding, it is passing, but I am not able to see because of its bank or something. I can see the trail left by, the water is shaking, the water has made a, now many times in our river here, we see water shaking. It is still water, there is a dam. Sometimes we see water becoming up and down. We immediately recognize, oh, there is a fish, there is a big fish within, which is making the water move. It's from the trail we are inferring. So, like that, here there is something that you have to hold on to. No, hold on the trail. Oh, everything is looking as if it is permanently there, eternally there, always there. I am seeing permanency. These things indicate the existence of the transcendental. Whatever, oh, who am I in this body? Where do I go when I go to sleep? What happens to the person when he dies? Does this universe exist at all time? Is this waking state true or dream state true? Where do I go? What is dream state? All this, from these states, there is something beyond which is governing this universe, which is governing my life. This much understanding to catch the trail has been placed within us. Everything, the whole thing is, what all the science has done till today is following the trail. Some small hints in nature. When a knife is moved in the where there is magnetic lines of forces, just move, there is a reflection of electricity. Now there is lightning. How does lightning come? What exactly happens? Heavy light and then so much of sound. Where from does it appear in the sky? Clouds. Oh, why should it happen at all? The charges, electrical charges, the opposite charges, the blowing wind, carrying all this. What is lightning is known from the trail. Charges, air is flowing. The flowing air is carrying the electrons from one cloud heap to the other and leaving and going away. And there is opposite charge. When an electron is taken, there is a proton left behind, positive force. And here it is left there and went away. Huge negative force and positive force, they clash. Now, how did you know? From the trail. The apple fell down. Newton saw. Immediately, from the trail of everything, whatever is thrown up, it falls on the ground. Now, the gravitational force. Then finally, gravitational force exists between any two objects within the universe. Star to star, planets to star, planets to planets, any object, every two objects are attracting each other. Gravity. How did we find all this? Is from the trail. So Ramakrishna says, the trail from the constantly changing flux, in what is it changing? Even in the modern quantum physics, now the latest view is that every moment the minutest particle in this universe is disappearing. So what is happening to it? In very next moment it is there already. It is manifested. It disappears and appears. It is oscillating between the appearance and disappearance. What is happening? It is the matter is getting converted into energy and reprecipitating. Now there is a movement, constant movement of a particle between the energy. Very difficult to distinguish whether a particle is an energy or is it a material particle. So it's every moment it is oscillating. It is appearing with the two. Now, where does transformation is happening? Now it is matter, next moment is energy, it is oscillating between energy and matter. Where is it happening? There is a third entity in which it is happening. That is God, that is Brahman. That is the absolute existence. In absolute existence, the whole relative existence, at every minutest level, it is oscillating with time, energy and matter. So from this, you infer there is an absolute, unchanging, eternal reality. From my waking state to dream and deep sleep, I am going and coming. Who am I? In waking state, I identify with this body. In dream state, I identify dream body. In deep sleep, I don't know whether I exist or not. I am passing through these three. Who is passing through? Body is lying there when I enter into sleep. I am entering into dream state. These are my experiences. I may not experience my body having left, but I experience the dream state. I experience in deep sleep. Who am I? How did I dissociate from the physical body? So this is the trail by which I try to find out, oh, I have a self independent of the bodily existence. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.